Hey Patreon friends, it's Stephanie, one of the editors-in-chief of Tiny Spoon. And when we're thinking about the new year, in this three-part workshop series, we've looked at the past and the present, and now we're in the future, right? Like we just entered this new year. There's so much happening in our world that's a bit turbulent, and we are just really trying to make sense of everything right now, which can be a lot. So I really want you guys to be able to just take some space, be good to yourselves no matter what you're doing. Give yourself a hug. A butterfly tap is a really tangible way to take care of yourself. But yeah, I just wanted to offer this month some self-care tools. So we have the butterfly tap that I just showed you. Give yourself a hug, pat your own head. In terms of like writing self-care tools, I think some of the most powerful things we can do right now are like free writes, journaling, just being really like holding spaces that are supportive of your own process are like super impactful. So when we're looking at the future together, which is the topic of January, I think it's just really important to try to make as much space as possible for yourself and really pinpointing your goals. Like, what do you want to happen? What is this future? And is it the future of this year, this month? Is it the future of today? Is it the future of 5 years? Is it the future of the next hour? Like when we talk about future, that's such a vague concept, and I think it feels very overwhelming to people, but we can definitely take time and space to ground and solidify what we even mean by that. So I think pinpointing what you mean by future, and then how can you rise to that future, thinking about it. I've been reading a lot of scholarship by Adrienne Marie Brown, Trisha Hearsay, and just like really wonderful Black women who are like envisioning the future and talking about holding on to the future. And I particularly like Trisha Hearsay, Rest is Resistance, because she's not only talking about the collective future, but she taps into like the future of the next hour, right? Like she is really breaking down like, here is what you can do for yourself. This is, resting is powerful. Everything is, like everything is in your control, about your own future. Like you're able to rest for yourself. You're able to write for yourself, to invest in the art that you want to invest in, to invest in the scholarship you want to invest in. And that's beautiful. So if we think about future as like basically like a vehicle in which we can drive, our own destiny and figure out our own paths. And just to ground it more, I candidly, I feel like we have to talk about our current times. I think it'd be dishonest to not mention like things are pretty crazy and stressful right now, but when we're bringing it to the creative lens, art is so personal, but when we're thinking about the future of our art and like grounding in the future of our art, I think it's just really important to, take space to consider that, to consider like what are you driving into the future of your creative work? Where are you going? What is the end goal? Is there an end goal? Does there have to be? What are the evolutions of this process? Is it something you can plan? Is it something you can track? Is it spontaneous? Do you know yet? Um, I don't know. These are, and I'll write these questions down too under this video, but I just think it's important to just, in order to make things tangible, to like really get to know them. So if you're thinking about your creative work as like a tangible place, which I'll talk about more in my April workshop on third spaces, but if we're thinking about it as a tangible place, that means that like you can get there. And so in order to get there, like what is the drive? What are the driving tools? Excuse me. That you need to get there, you know, to envision the future. Let's pinpoint that together this month. I think that's really important. And I will leave some comments as well. And then, yeah, you can let me know your thoughts and what you're working on.